Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for May 15th, 2017. Almost 2017. From the Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey. Raw is back in the US of A after last week's so episode in UK. Both Raw and SmackDown have okay shows in Europe. Last week it was like not exciting. They're like on autopilot. So now that we're back on American soil, it's time to really head towards Extreme Rules. Of course, those plans for Extreme Rules, let alone that, but plans for Great Balls of Fire took a big hit. Of course, we know what happened with Braun Strowman. He injured his elbow, and he had to get surgery last week. We thought that he was going to be out for maybe 6 to 8 weeks. Well, the expectations, the intent of his injury was worse than we thought. Up to 6 months he might be gone. Maybe they're just saying it for a dramatic comeback. But no matter what, it's a sucky blow. They're heading in the direction of Braun Strowman getting a major push lately. After getting a little bit of a push, then of course losing momentum around WrestleMania time, he regained that momentum with the feud with Roman Reigns. He got win now last week by taking it by Roman. And with him out for an extended period of time, like I said, it is throwing away plans for the pay-per-view. Coming up Extreme Rules. Because he said he was going to face Lesnar. That's where we're going to head toward. We're probably going to get Roman Strowman at Extreme Rules. And Roman's enemy Strowman against Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. Yeah. You laugh. Stupid name. So with Strowman out, plans had to be changed. How are they going to address this? Who will face Lesnar now with Braun Strowman, the logical choice, out? Kurt Angle, who returned after his 1 week sabbatical, didn't really address the whole Dean Ambrose Miz OGM thing last week, but went straight to Braun Strowman in the end of his injury and his game plan for Extreme Rules. The main event will be a Fatal 5-Way Extreme Rules match, where the winner will face off against Brock Lesnar. We're going to absorb 2 feuds that we thought were going to get singles matches at the pay-per-view. We thought we were going to get Roman's friend Seth Rollins against Samoa Joe. And seeing the feud kind of heat up again, especially after what happened with Joe getting himself disqualified in a match against Rollins recently. The rematch from Payback on a recent episode of Raw. But now, they're in this Fatal 5-Way. Also, Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor are in the Fatal 5-Way. Now, we saw a tease for their feud 2 weeks ago during the Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match. We didn't see anything involving those two last week. They both wrestled, but none interfered in the other's matches. So we were like, okay, is the feud off? Well, they are in this match as well. So we may see singles matches between these guys later on, with them being absorbed in this Fatal 5-Way by circumstance. And Roman Reigns is in there. Now, I think everyone cannot deny this. No matter who wins this Fatal 5-Way, whoever gets to face Lesnar, better win. Even if, by all means, Roman fucking Reigns, we want a full-time champion again. Universal Championship's been flawed ever since its inception. Balor got injured the night he won it. Then KO had an okay little one with it. Then Goldberg, better left unsaid. And then Lesnar. He had the title once, and his one was okay, but we lived with it. But come on, it's a new title, and you gave it to fucking Lesnar, part-timer. But there are interesting scenarios of who will win here. Joe and Lesnar never really faced off with each other, so that would be interesting. My logical pick would be Finn Balor. He never lost the championship. But, you skim Lesnar, he would fucking destroy Balor. Balor's too skinny. Yes, he wrestled Seth Rollins before, but Balor's less built than Seth freaking Rollins. So, there you go. I'd love to see Balor get the shot, but I think I've said this before, I want Balor to get a shot after Lesnar loses it. To get to see Balor against somebody else but Lesnar. That leaves the two really interesting picks. Bray Wyatt being in here is very interesting. If you can recall, last year they teased a Bray Wyatt Brock Lesnar feud that went nowhere. They had a little competition in the Rumble. The Wyatt family eliminated Brock. And we thought we would see maybe a match between Wyatt and Lesnar at WrestleMania, but never happened. Their only payoff was a stupid match during a Roadblock special. It wasn't a pay-per-view that happened last December. It was a one-off event in Toronto. It was supposed to be Wyatt and Lesnar, but it turned into like a handicap match with Harper. So it was like stupid. So maybe they can like reignite the Wyatt Lesnar tease if Wyatt and Balor doesn't go anywhere, but we shall see. And of course, the predictable route. I say this all the time with WWE when it comes to surprising stuff. When they have an opportunity to surprise people, shock people, they sometimes go to the predictable route. And unfortunately, the predictable route is Roman fucking Reigns. If you can recall as well, Paul Heyman, the night after WrestleMania, he said Lesnar wanted Reigns. These two are the only guys who beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. The only blemishes in Taker's record. You know, the storyline kind of builds itself. You know, it's a rematch from WrestleMania 31. Lesnar never beat Reigns. Reigns never beat Lesnar. Because Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank on him doing their match. So, have a one-on-one rematch and have it between the two guys that beat Taker at Mania. So, the storyline built itself, but we don't want to see that. We don't want to see fucking Reigns, the guy who got suspended last year for drug policy, get another title opportunity. You know what I mean? I know he was U.S. champion recently, but dang it. And I said as well, we want a full-time champion. You know, worst comes to worst, I think we have to accept Reigns because he's the last thing available. At least we get a full-time champion, but we don't want Reigns. Like I said, I want Balor, but can Balor really take on Lesnar? He just came back. We don't want him hooked again. Well, we saw it happen to him and Ambrose, Lesnar and Ambrose, especially Lesnar being a blowout, not wanting to stray from his game plan. Match, you know, suplex, repeat. So, I got one Balor to win, but of course I think you're all fearing the worst. Fearing that the man who's faster than the Rey Mysterio, more powerful than the Big Show, able to bury careers in a single bound, Super Reigns will win. It's like the old, we compare him to Cena. Guess what? It's the fucking truth. He is being compared to Cena. It is like Cena. Anywho, these guys wanted to fight. They had an immediate brawl. All five came out to speak their words after Angle's announcement. Reigns came out first, saying this match should not even happen. He took out Braun Strowman. He beat Taker at Mania and got booed out the building. Especially saying that and saying, it's my yard now. And then here comes, you know, Wyatt, Balor, everybody started coming out. And they had an immediate brawl on the outside. Reigns trying to do Superman punch at one point to people. But then Balor had a little sleeper on Reigns. And they all wanted a piece of each other. Where everyone but Samoa Joe got a match. We had Seth Rollins against Bray Wyatt. That we had main event. First time ever one-on-one. These two have collided in other matches. Especially during the Shield versus Wyatt family days a couple years ago. We also had Roman Reigns against Finn Balor. A rematch from a match that happened last July. The night Balor debuted on the main roster and beat Roman Reigns in the main event to go on to win the Universal title at SummerSlam. Then he got injured. But before we get to those two matches, we gotta start off with a match involving Jeff Hardy against Sheamus. Now, basically, of course, we've had singles matches with these two teams before, but it's opposite there. Jeff Hardy took on Cesaro before Payback, and now he's going to take on Sheamus. That means Cesaro will probably face Matt Hardy next week, heading towards their rematch at Extreme Rules. Of course, Sheamus and Cesaro earning that opportunity last week by running through the table in the Tag Team Turmoil match last week. In the heel turn, I like the heel turn. So, if we get another heel turn tonight, I'll get to that in a second. So So Hardy, with new tooth and all, brought on Sheamus early, going for his big moves, whisper to win, but of course Sheamus, his big strength and energy, got the best of Jeff Hardy's speed. Trying to go for the flips, the backbreaker, probably going for the cloverleaf a couple of times. But Hardy, there was a cool spot he caught Sheamus in midair. It's probably going for just a feint in midair, but he caught him with a like a cutter. There's a cool little spot there. But as these two were getting it on, all of a sudden, Matt and Cesaro got involved on the outside. Matt got on the apron, and Sheamus was going for it. Throw kick. But then, Sheamus was trying to broke Matt as well after he got on the apron, and Cesaro got involved. And then Matt got kicked into Cesaro, and that distraction was enough for Jeff Hardy to capitalize on the twist of fate and a swanton behind the victory for Jeff Hardy in an okay little matchup to begin Raw's proper action. The action was a little better than last week, but not seeing much. So, like I said, probably see Cesaro against Matt Hardy next week, heading towards Extreme Rules. It would see if Hardy's win both singles matches, because last time, heading towards Payback, both Matt and Jeff won their singles matches against Cesaro and Sheamus. Maybe we'll see Cesaro beat Matt. We shall see, because these guys need some momentum. Sheamus and Cesaro, losing to Jeff. Here, heading towards their rematch, and the heel team didn't really do anything to damage it, but gives momentum to the Hardys, who got a big pop from the New Jersey crowd. Still need to get broken, but probably the legal stuff still isn't done yet with Anthem, despite some rumors. On to a rematch from last week, Alicia Fox against Sasha Banks. A rematch from last week's sloppy, bad match. Which, little improvement on last week, but these two are floundering the directionless. Sasha hasn't turned heel yet. So, and especially with injuries plaguing the entire company in all divisions, especially with Emma out again. That's why we've seen Dana Brooke lately, because we were seeing Dana Brooke, Emma tease, but now with Emma out, we haven't seen Dana. So, a little better than last week, not as sloppy, not as catfighty as last week's fight. With Dog back in the picture, of course, Noam Dog and Alicia Fox back together. He didn't really get involved. Thank God. But Fox gave him some nasty moves, some big kicks. He had a nice suplex. But then Sasha Banks came roaring back with her big kicks and fury. But then she took a big bump on the outside. She was tossed by Alicia Fox and landed pretty hard on her knee. Landed pretty hard on her knee. And the damage was done. Alicia Fox would pick up the pieces with the axe kick and the victory for Alicia Fox, avenging her loss last week when her arm was up. I thought they were going to play on that with the heel thing with Sasha, but they didn't go anywhere with that. They just like, hey, this match is happening because of what happened last week, so each of these two have a victory over each other. But does Sasha have an arm up too? Maybe add on. Like I said, play off it by having Sasha's arm go up at the same time. We didn't see any other angles after that. So we'll probably get another match between these two later, because they're even now. 50-50 booking. Now on to a match we thought we were going to see in Extreme Rules. That was made last week after their co-GM work. Of course, Miz challenging Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. And I was going around saying, I didn't really think about it now. I don't know if I said it last week, but today it really came through to me. I was like, maybe they can have a screwy ending to make a match at Extreme Rules. Dude, that's what they did. Basically, they're setting up for Extreme Rules. That's all this match did. The match was decent for what it was, with Maurice getting a little bit involved in the matchup as the Ambrose came coming in with some big clotheslines and big splashes. But Miz came in with some big headlocks and doing a Daniel Bryan kicks. Even with them on separate shows, Miz is still teasing Daniel Bryan. Even though it's never going to pay off to anything, because D. Bryan still can't wrestle. Although I'm hearing that his contract's coming up and he may wrestle for another company. Because WWE may not clear him, but other companies will. Like New Japan, maybe. In Ring of Honor. We'll see if D. Bryan ever wrestles again at all. So then, as Match kept going to okay little matchup until the ending. Like I said, we had a screwy ending to suffice a match at Extreme Rules. Maurice was up on the apron, distracting referee. Miz got a low blow in on Ambrose. And then Ambrose turned the favor around and low blow Miz. Sadly, the referee had turned around by that point. Saw that low blow. Didn't see Miz's. And DQ'd Dean Ambrose. So a little bit of a screwy ending there. And Miz went to Kurt Angle, saying that, you know, I won, but Ambrose deliberately disqualified himself. So there will be a rematch at Extreme Rules with a stipulation. Okay, what's the stip? Maybe like a chair match or something? No. If Miz, or should I say if Ambrose gets disqualified, he loses the title. We've seen that stip play out before. Last time I remember it clearly, and someone may have to correct me if I'm wrong. Last time I saw that stipulation be implemented into a match, Randy Orton against Christian in 2011. I think it was SummerSlam. When it was Orton against Christian with that stip, if Orton got DQ'd, Christian would win, and guess what? Orton did get DQ'd, and Christian would win the championship. I don't care if Miz does win by DQ, with Ambrose gave himself DQ to give Miz the title on that technicality, but I still see Miz win the IC Championship. He had a great run on the IC Championship last year, and Ambrose's run as champion has been okay. Kind of like his US title won a couple years back. Didn't do anything for it. So, and speaking of matches made for Extreme Rules, we have another rematch made for Extreme Rules. Alexa Bliss against Bayley is now official. Bliss kind of has this thing going on with Nia Jax. We didn't see Jax at all accompany Bliss as she came out to taunt Bayley. Because she did promise Nia, once she gave Bayley her obligatory contractual rematch, then she'll focus on Nia. That's when Nia said she's my best friend. Well, it should not be a best friend thing. More like an accomplished thing, like I scratch your back, you scratch mine thing. That's basically what Nia Jax is doing. I'm going to help you out, keep your title, and then I'm going to get the title from you. Instead of like, you know what? Instead of scratch your back, more like scratch your back, I'll turn on yours. So, anyways, Bliss was taunting Bayley and covering all of her accomplishments that she's done in a short time on Raw since the Superstar Shakeup. Bayley would say, hey, you embarrassed me in front of my family and friends, beating me for the title in my hometown in San Jose. Teach a little promo. You know, Bayley's promo's been okay lately. You know, some people say that the Bayley experiment isn't on television, not working on the main roster because she's being too much like a kid. Being too portrayed like a little 12-year-old kid instead of being like a super fan. You know, that worked at NXT. You know, we want that Fury back. We kind of saw that Fury is Bliss and Bayley got into a brawl before Bliss came from the apron underneath the rope area, the ringside, grabbed a kendo stick and nailed Bayley with it. So Bayley did come to Kurt Angle and got a rematch official for Extreme Rules, but didn't want a regular match. She wanted to go extreme. We were like, okay, we already got an Extreme Rules 5-way. We're gonna get another Extreme Rules match. Well, it's a kendo stick on a pole match. Okay, we'll take it. Hey, Bliss beat Becky Lynch in a tables match to win the SmackDown Women's title in December at TLC. So it's interesting we're not getting a tables match. We're getting a kendo stick and a pole match. And also, need to mention that the Drifter is still drifting around. I think they're delaying his in-ring stuff, but I think it's a good move. You know, still letting him come in and out, like drifting. You know, but we're going to see him wrestle eventually. Hopefully they don't delay his in-ring debut like they're doing with Nakamura, whose in-ring debut will be this Sunday at Backlash. I'll kind of address that at the end of the video about my review and stuff. I might have said something about that, but I'll let you know about my status for my reviews for if there's going to be any at all for NXT and Backlash. I'll address that at the end of this video. So I cut off there. So now, continuing on with a Cruiserweight match, the only one of the night. tag team as Neville and TJP will take on Jack Gallagher and Austin Aries. Aries and Neville is official for Extreme Rules. But there should be a stip though, because the last time they fought, as we all know, Neville got himself DQ'd by pulling the referee getting out of the last chancery before he could tap out of it. So I thought we may see a triple threat. We could see a triple threat, but for now, it's one-on-one, Aries and Neville, no stip added yet. So decent little tag team match with Aries and Gallagher coming off stronger, a little bit of double teaming and stuff. But of course, TJP and Aries is Neville, enemy Neville. But especially on that knee they busted up a couple weeks back. Aries is still selling the injury with the knee brace. As TJP was isolating Aries, Aries will come roaring back despite the knee with the simple crashing to TJP's ears. Again, Gallagher coming in some big kicks, some big suplexes and moves. Then he was going for a big drop kick, and Aries and Neville got involved. They started brawling onto the outside. And as they were brawling the outside, Aries would eventually nail the discus 5-arm to Neville. But then Gallagher got distracted for a little bit, and TJP tried to capitalize with the detonation kick. But then Neville's tag team partner Gallagher would come out of it, give TJP the headbutt. But despite that, TJP would still come back and deliver the detonation kick successfully in the victory for TJP and his team. And we got the victory. He'll take on Neville's enemy, Aries, tomorrow night on 205 Live to continue their squabble. So on with our next matchup. The first of our two big main events, as I'm calling it. A rematch, like I said, from last July. Finn Balor against Roman Reigns. This is a really fun matchup. You know, pretty exciting brawl. Reigns did okay. You know, most Balor had to carry the match because he's a better wrestler than Roman Reigns. Even though my dad was watching it, think Balor's overrated. Because we've always agreed that we're not the biggest fan of his finisher, the coup de grace. I've warmed up to it ever since I started watching Finn Balor when he debuted in NXT a couple of years ago. I still think he needs a new finisher. We haven't seen Seth Rollins' new finisher. The clothesline knee thing. We haven't seen it since he debuted it. Maybe they're tweaking it. Maybe they're only saving it for special occasions as well, but we shall see what's up with that. So, anywho, Balor came in with big moves, some big kicks. The sling bread and all that great stuff, he did all those moves. And Reigns tried many times with a spear and a Superman punch. No avail. Balor would always counter it. Some that was a cool double stomp move by Balor. But then the beginning of the end, following Reigns trying to go for powerbomb and going for big moves, Balor would get nailed against the barricade to his already surgery repaired shoulder. And with the impact of that, Balor was going to go for the coup de grace. After the sling blade, he did the Reigns after that, but missed the coup de grace and got fed to the spear. And the 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns defeats Finn Balor. Now, I said bury, but I don't think so. That's what people are going to say. He's like, Reigns buried Finn! He buried him! Well, I don't think so. I don't think this will do anything to Balor. He beat Reigns before, guys. Clean, mind you, in August. You know, in the summertime. So, they're even. After so many months, you know. But hey, that happened. And of course, Finn's fully clear from that concussion because this is another long match he's had. So, yay, Finn. So, these are fun brawl between these two guys. Nice little fight here. With the one guy winning, but hey. Giving him some momentum. Some false momentum, because hopefully he'll lose at Extreme Rules. Now, I said we were going to get a heel turn. Well, we did. In a scheduled matchup, we were supposed to get the Golden Truth against the Club. Golden Truth had a little bit of a push lately, trying to go for the tag team titles, and had to earn their shot in tag team turmoil. They're the last team against Sheamus and Cesaro, who were already tired out from being the first team knocking out Slater and Rhino. Enzo and Cass and the aforementioned club. And going to look pretty well trying to capitalize on the situation with both Sheamus is all weekend. But couldn't get the job done. And trying to get back on track. And as Golden Truth came out with a song, they came in the ring. All Truth was saying, "What's up?" They bang! Right from behind. Goldust attacked them. And the Golden Truth is a done. But Goldust just beating on All Truth, dragging him out to the outside, and against the barricade. And delivering some killer moves before getting back in the ring, doing this. And said, "That's what's up." I need to mention Ring of Honor review. Forgot to mention when I went to War of the Worlds in Dearborn. Will Ospreay did Shattered Dreams of Cody. And did the Goldust thing. That was funny to see that. I forgot to mention that in my Ring of Honor review when I went to Dearborn last week. So I just wanted to mention that when Goldust is in here. But anyway, Goldust is heel again. I think he'll do stuff, go on mid-card as a heel. He hasn't been heel in a really long time. You know what I mean? And the Golden Truth thing has had its time. Like they had a great build, but the will they, don't they thing went on a little bit too long. Should have gotten to the climax a lot quicker, because by the time they finally got together after so many months with false tag team partners, the heat was gone. Because they dragged it on too long. They dragged the story on too long. Because you had Goldust with Fandango. And All Truth had a fake partner too. Because like, will they, don't they? They finally did. And they let it drag. But they were a fun team for what it was. Florida with the tag team mid-card. But where would All Truth go from here? All Truth was a great heel. Back in 2011. Probably one of his best ones. The best one of his WWE career since he came back in 2008. After being in TNA for a couple of years. Because he was K-Quick. Then he was one the Truth Killings in TNA for like 2002, 2008. Came back to WWE in 2008. He had a great one in 2011. Feuding with Cena. Probably the only time he ever got a big opportunity. But Goldust is here again. We'll see how he does. We'll see how All Truth does. We'll see where both guys go from here. With All Truth being back in the mid-card as a singles guy. And Goldust as a heel. So we'll see. Now, we saw Enzo and Cass come after this. I'm like, please don't tell me they're going to wrestle the club now since the club didn't get to wrestle Golden Truth. Please, no. The feud needs to end. This is the feud that never ends. And Titus's theme comes on. Yay! Enzo being back home. Was happy to be there. And Titus thought that his boy, his newly acquired investment in the Titus brand, Apollo Crews, who has been on the wall. With or without the help of Titus, since he's been aligned with them, reluctantly or not. Titus thought he was gonna, and he had like his own parody, like, "My name is Titus O'Neil, and I am the Super Dad of the Year, and you can't teach that." And this right here is Apollo Crews, who after he takes down Enzo, he'll be the man, and you can't teach that. Everybody understands? Clap your hands for the Titus brand. How you doing? It was awkward, but kind of funny. But Apollo was trying to tell Titus something else. And unfortunately, it was Big Cass who made Titus aware that it wasn't going to be Apollo against Enzo. It's Titus against Big Cass. Titus wasn't exactly dressed to wrestle. He had this nice suit on, but he took it off eventually. And it is an impromptu match with him and Big Cass. Maybe not impromptu. But Apollo was like, "Dang it, Apollo, I told you. I was trying to tell you, Titus, that I'm not wrestling tonight." Because Apollo was dressed. Because Titus, like I said, was probably misheard that he was the one wrestling, not Apollo. So despite being in a suit, he tried to come in with some big moves. But then, just like that, big move from Enzo's partner, Big Cass. After a distraction from Enzo, mind you, in the victory for Enzo's partner, Big Cass. And Enzo was taking Titus's phone trying to do a selfie, but then Apollo kicked him. So Apollo's kind of heel now, officially? Because he's been like a tweener. No, he's aligned with Titus, but he was playing a babyface still. Is he the heel now? Now fully aligned with Titus, now fully accepting his mentorship. You know, he's like reluctantly accepting it. But now he's fully on accepting it now, probably. With him attacking Enzo like that after the match. So, I've been seeing it that Apollo needs somebody. Not Titus O'Neil, but hey, see how they move with this. You know, if Titus can get Apollo over, let's see. Hey, Jinder Mahal's over now. Kind of. In SmackDown. Going up against Randy this Sunday at Backlash. I think Owen will win. But hey, we'll see what happens with that. But now on to the man that lost the championship to Owen at Mania, who I think should have never lost the championship at all. Bray Wyatt against Seth Rollins in a main event. First time they're going to face off singles. Now, did they face off singles at NXT? Because they were both in NXT. Because sometimes they say, oh, it's first time ever, but they're really lying. Yeah, I think they never faced off one-on-one. I think it's a true fact. They weren't just fabricating it. It was a true fact that we have not seen Rollins and Wyatt one-on-one. Like I said, we've seen them in tag matches, but not one-on-one. So, we had Bray come out, he did a promo earlier about Seth, saying that he said, you're the Kingslayer, but you're just a coward. The little promo there before the match. And then on the matchup, here, you know, Wyatt came in big moves, splashes and clotheslines. But then Rollins would come in, some big moves of his own, some big kicks, trying to go for a splash a couple times. He did do the Falcon Arrow, and still hasn't done, like I said, his new finisher ever since he debuted it the night after Mania. His clothesline knee thing. You would see Rollins was asleep at one point, and they were just blowing on each other, and Wyatt was teasing Sister Abigail a couple times, but never got to fully nail it during the match. So after Rollins got a few little moves in, so roll up some big kicks and Michinoku driver, Rollins was blowing with Wyatt on the outside, and as I was thinking, this match went on, I was thinking to myself, are we going to see Samoa and Joe maybe get involved? Because their feud's still not over, kind of. And Joe was the only guy, as I mentioned, who did not get a match tonight. Everybody else in the Fatal 5-Way did get a match. You know, Wyatt against Rollins. And Bray, Woman against Balor. So as Rollins is on the outside, Samoa and Joe would come out. DQ. Laying out Rollins, starting him back in the ring, beating him up a little bit. And then Bray Wyatt stood down Joe for a minute. I thought, man, is Bray going to beat up Joe? Because Joe basically, intentional or not, did screw Wyatt out of the match because he did get Bray DQ'd by beating up Rollins. But they eventually would team up and started stumping on Rollins. Before Rollins got to Sister Abigail. But as Wyatt and Joe were shaking hands, Wyatt with Sister Abigail Joe as well, proving that in the Fatal 5-Way, there are no alliances, and it's every man for himself with a title opportunity on the line. And that's when we had Raw with Bray Wyatt standing tall. So, pretty decent episode of Raw, a little bit better than last week, is all I gotta say. It's an improvement. So we head towards Extreme Rules, the next Raw pay-per-view on June the 4th. Now, there will be a review for Extreme Rules. I will make a review for Extreme Rules. However, there will not be a review for NXT TakeOver Chicago, nor NXT TakeOver Backlash. If I didn't mention it yet, I'm mentioning it now. Or if I did, I'm just reminding that there will not be a review from me for Backlash or NXT TakeOver, because I'm going to be in Columbus, Ohio this weekend for Rock on the Range, seeing Metallica, Korn, and Soundgarden. So there will not be any reviews. Maybe I'll give you some of my thoughts on attack lines, or doing Raw review, because there probably will be a Raw review next Monday. As long as my voice holds out, there should be a Raw review next Monday. Unless my voice is ravaged from the festival. But till then, thank you so much for watching this review. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by a review from Zach. See you later. Bye-bye.